Hello. Now today for viewing we have Mr. LongTail. Mr. LongTail is an alligator snapping turtle, purebred from Loggerhead Acres. He is not a hybrid, which hopefully hybrid common and alligator snappers have not been bred for average everyday pet usage. It would actually be very bad for especially a population of alligator snapping turtles because they are critically endangered, meaning there's very little to no chance of them repopulating their natural environment ever, because of destruction of the environment doesn't really exist anymore. Like, there's really no time for them to repopulate because they grow very slow growing animals. And he has his tail tucked to the side right here, and that's pretty typical behavior for an alligator snapping turtle when you pick him up. He's a baby. Again, he's about 2.5 years old. You can see how his shell is very beautiful. Here's a close-up. Shell, and cute little diamond triangle head. Now, if he had his neck out, and she has a very tiny short neck, compared to a common snapping turtle, it would be diamond shaped. Now, you can see his little eyes right there in his nose, and his cute little paw. Now, he's very uncomfortable and scared, so he doesn't like to be out of the water. And if you think about it, you can't blame him at all, because if you can imagine being out of water normally like we live, and then jumping in water and how it would feel to us to be underwater, pretty deep down, that feeling of pressure. He obviously feels the reverse of that, being out of the water, because he's never out of the water. So it probably doesn't feel very good on his ears compared to how humans' ears would feel if we were underwater. He probably doesn't feel very good being out of water, because alligator snapping turtles very rarely come out of the water unless they're laying eggs, but very rarely, much more rare than a common snapping turtle. Common snapping turtles will come out and kind of walk from pond to pond. It's not uncommon to see them on the side of the road now and then, walking around, well, with a purpose, for breeding purposes. Or, again, if there's too many turtles in a pond, often the male go out and look for a new one. New, bigger pond, more food, etc. Now, he's quit eating a little bit. He's not eating much. I'm trying to not get this light here in his eyes. But he's not been eating much lately, and I'm a little concerned. So I've been heating up his habitat a little bit. Looks like he's got a nice, I don't want to say the F word, but fat deposit. So he's nice and nutrient full. The opposite of nutrient deficient, because he has a lot of little fat stores. And I wonder if he's getting ready for winter. And again, he's from Loggerhead Acres, and they know obviously a lot more about the day-to-day biology and happenings of an alligator turtle. And my specialty is common snapping turtles. Well, jack of all trades, but all reptiles. Breeding corn snakes and some ball pythons, but favorite alligator snapping turtles and common snapping turtles. Now, and he has little bristles. If you look on his neck right here, I'm so scary. I'm trying real hard not to get that light in his eyes. I'll turn it off in a minute. But when he's underwater, waiting for fish, there we go. You can see the little bristles. They're actually little hairs. Excuse me. They look like hairs. They're little skin, like little nodules, or I don't know what quite the right words are for them, but I'll think of it in a minute here. Tubules. And I do believe those help him feel for fish right there. They got moss on you. Oh my goodness. Oh. Mr. LongTail has moss on his head. Little guy. Okay. There's his little tubules, and when he's in the water, he'll spread those little, it's like little hairs all around him, little beard. So cute. But again, those are like fleshy. Fleshy, kind of like the spines of a bearded dragon, but soft. But very similar in length and size. And here's the top of his head, real pointy. and cute. And he has a pretty severe overbite. And that's a very, very unique and telltale sign of what an alligator snapping turtle is known for is their wide maw. Like M-A-W, their jaw. You see there's overbite. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I know that's hurting your eyes really bad. But see how his beak protrudes and his little, right here, I don't want to harass him. Look right here. Under his eyes is his bottom jaw, but his little snout goes all the way out here. And you can see his size. See how he raised up there? Now, if I was really going to scare him, what a predator would do is come around and try to grab him from above, like that. But they will raise up on their back legs, like he's doing a little bit. I don't want to antagonize him. He's really uncomfortable. But he'll raise up, and they will tuck their tail underneath. And that was really something I've learned. I don't know if you guys have seen before, but some of the earlier videos, they look like they just raise up and lose their balance and topple forward, but what's happening is they'll raise up on their back legs and then put their tail down and kind of use it for leverage, and they'll push up off their back feet and leap forward, and they almost look like they're jumping, and I do think they're actually jumping a little bit, but from the use of their tail and their hind feet propelling them forward to bite if something's attacking them. And that would be very rare indeed. So in captivity, you always see them with their mouth open, but that's because they pick them up and they're out of the water, and these